Today guys, I will show you some of the most insane games we have played in Hobbit, as we will be showcasing the new elves, and let me tell you, they have tons of cardo, tons of mana, and scaling that, I mean, you can see in the background how silly it gets, and let me tell you, we can go harder than this. So guys, the games that you will see today will be just hilarious, I think you will like them, enjoy! And this is a face of mana enjoyer. You see this guy in like a back alley and you know that he just wants to give you 1 green mana and nothing else. Oh boy. Let's go. I think this time we go for elf. So what is the plan? I think it has to be the Archdruid, because their next play is 2-drop, which is not removal. And I think the worst play for us is like fight spell. After they play land that cracks itself, so they need Fabled Passage, crack it, this will be 2-3, and then they use this 1 mana to fight. Man, how do they always have Chocobo into double land? Like, it happened in like last video or like last 2 video from now, and they made exactly the same play on exactly the same turn. Not amazing, because we really want to get them a little bit low on the first turns, but at least there's no fight spell. Unfortunately, they get such a pump that they can already attack, normally they wouldn't. So, now we need to make some decisions. You know what, let's go for this. I really like the fact that we will get the dudes. We will get so much more value this way, and we can still play some elves at least. We need to crack this guy. Like, we're scaling very seriously, so I hope we'll be fast enough. I was so shocked that it stopped. I got stun locked for a second. And we can go for this too. This is a 4-3, really nice. This is one of the best elves, because basically it's 1 mana 4-3 that gives you potentially up to 4 elves. So a little bit crazy, honestly. Let's go for this. And you can see what happens if your opponent doesn't run removal and cannot break like the chain of elves into druid, into like suddenly starting to ramp. We don't even have champions, so normally we could also draw extra elves. But now you can already see that the board is starting to completely outscale what they have. On turn 2 is already kinda insane. Okay, do we have another Fabled? No, this is a normal land, so suddenly those Chocobos will be way weaker. They cannot even attack right now. Boots. Hexproof and well, good luck with this one. I think they're absolutely done. Like, they are so dead, man. This time we go for elf. Yeah, I think, guys, that we are getting to a stage where we might win this game. Let's go for the speaker. And if you aren't sure what we are tutoring, well, let me introduce you to my little friend, the Behemoth, that is cast for a single draw. This is how you usually finish games with elf decks, and I think it's a pretty good finisher. So guys, they managed to play 3 turns, and this is the board that they are seeing. Okay, I actually feel bad for mono green landfall. We'll definitely activate. I think we just go for champions. And we kinda have the mana. Let's go for blue. Let's go for blue. And I mean, we can behold. And we go for this dude. And we go for this one. We don't get the mana, but I want to make sure that we start playing elves, so we already get the next ones. This will also get us to land, so we should be completely fine then. We just need to dodge removal for probably 1 turn, and if we can dodge it for 2 turns, like, they cannot beat us on board, because we have too good of an opening, I feel. So we go with this dude. We draw a card. I wanted a land, nice. But to be fair, we actually cannot use it on this 1 turn. But that's fine. That's fine. I think this deck can actually even outscale the Space Dragon. Because Space Dragon needs like, you know, 2-3 turns to go really big. And by then we can have infinite elves with Behemoth just rolling over everything. So I think as long as they don't kill our elves, we should be winning the board. That's a champion probably. Oh, what? Bro. 0 respect for our coolest ability ever, and we need to make sure that they will suffer because of it. I probably want this, because we will get dudes. Don't forget, you not only draw a card, but you also get a land. And land, we go for elf this time, and the land goes for the dude, Now we can play another dude. Yep. We'll draw another card. And you guessed it, we can play. You know what? This will be a surprise. Our opponent loves surprises. And we'll go for the elves. And then we'll go for the elves. Listen, I think this is kind of decent play for this turn. So we can go a little bit hard like this. I think this should be okay. Just 12 damage. So our opponent is throwing Abigail under the bus. Very mean. That was weird animation, whatever happened here. And they have Surak, elusive hunter, and I hope Surak wants to kill the whole tribe of buffed elves. You don't want to be in this position, man. Here's the man without badgers. This deck feels absolutely normal suddenly. I mean, this is 10 damage. So if we weren't so aggressive, we would actually die to this. But they only have 32 life, so that's not too much. So guys, we'll make a dude. You guessed it. And I mean, we can just swing. They will block this, so let's count the damage. 11, 15, and 12. It's only 27 damage, so we need to go a little bit harder than this. And that means we go for X1. I think that should be enough. But it will be way more fun to go like this. Oh boy, so we go for this. How much mana we have? 615. So we can go for 4. No way, man. Bro, no way this is actually happening. What? We can also get what? This? It also pumps? I mean, I'll take the land at this point. Yeah, I think, guys, I think this is a good play. I'll take you bro. Oh, never mind, it was legendary. It's fine, guys, we'll overkill them. So, yeah, those are triggers. We can play more, but I think this should be enough. So, here you go. Okay, when I included this card, I didn't think it will go so great, but this is just perfect for the finisher. We did it, of course, to pump the whole board, and with X4, you actually get a lot of pump. Our opponent is very deliberate, because maybe if they block 17-17, yeah, our opponent is impressed. This is 20, bro, this is like 50 damage or something? I think we dealt 60 damage. Bro, this was crazy match. And I mean, let's go for this, because of course we get the pump, we get the most mana. Potentially we can play... I really want to go for champions on the next turn. Of course the Behemoth is not needed for now, that's a little bit of a bad draw. But I mean, we are on the play with really good curve, so I think there is a chance that we will kinda steamroll them. But we'll see. I really don't want to see any burst lightning. Don't play any bursts, especially with lightning. Just pass your turn, slow and gently. Thank you. Okay, land is absolutely amazing. I think this time we'll choose elf. It seems to be a pretty good play. So we'll go for champions. I mean, we can just go for this. And of course, we don't behold the elves, because this way we get more mana from Archdruid. I have a lingering feeling they might have removal, they are just not using it. That's a 4 mana 7/7, it should help a little bit against those 1-drops. And we can still get some mana, but actually not enough. So for now we chill. Our opponent is really thinking, do I use 1 point of mana or not? This could be question for years. We chill, we don't have anything to play. Next turn we go crazy. For this turn it's like, you know, reasonable. We need to behold an elf, so Behemoth won't do it. Maybe we can draw something from the top. So this is the moment when our friend, you know, from the mountains, from the Mountain Doom, might not be very happy with the next turn, because we'll go crazy on that turn. Gandalf. Now a Monored Enjoyer. Goblin's Bane. So what was... Oh, that could be... No, they had instant. They actually had instant. So what we will do... I think we go for champions of the perfect. We behold this, because then we get 2 cards per elf casting. I really hope we get an, you know, an elf, but it's fine. Okay, this time it's definitely elf. I think that we really need to go for it. So what do? You go bigger, right? Deals 1 damage to each opponent. They cannot deal 17. I mean, we can attack with this. I think next time we can go for Behemoth and just win, to be honest. This is so silly. I have to say, one of my favorite parts of the deck is 4 mana, 6/6 or 7/7 with a pump. This card is so insane when you get it rolling. Like, this is the reason this deck can snowball so crazy hard. And with the new elves from Hobbit and old elves from Lorwyn, we actually have quite a lot of them, you know? Nice. Nice. So, let's see. A mouse. Very warriorish. What you gonna do, little mice? Or mouse? They plot Slickshot. Okay, I think that's a great idea. How about Behemoth go when... Oh, this is a creature we draw more and more. Laughing like the madman. Stomping Monoret as it was foretold. Oh, they block. This is kinda cute. I think we overkilled a little bit. That was a silly game, man. It's a badger deck with no badgers. Wait, what? Why do you have a badger deck? So what do we go for? I think it's Druid, because then we can maybe go completely crazy on the next turn, which we would do 1 turn earlier if we, either had opponent without elves or something like this. Okay, so they can already attack with the bear. They have 2, so soon they will start drawing cards. Never mind. They need to attack? No, they already draw, right? Yep. Very quick draw. Honestly, this might be their absolute best gut draw they ever can have. Because I think this is like literally perfect draw to single mana in first 3 turns. And they're also on the play. So this deck literally cannot be stronger than in this game. So that's great. What can we do to stop this madness? I kind of want Elrond. This will be hard to fight on the board, but I think we can do it. This is probably best. We get 3 mana, we get more stuff. I think we can play with it. This is only green mana, so we cannot play Elrond. We can Convoke a little bit. I really like this guy, but I think it's Elrond, guys. Because we don't have blue mana for this turn, and we need to play the next spell, We'll just go for this dude. We draw a card, and we of course mill cards so we can get few elves. That was a nice hit. Didn't we have more mana? Maybe we didn't. Bro, it's only turn 3. Like, we actually played only 3 lands, and look at the board. How is this board for both players on turn 3? That's wild. Okay, let's see. They can ramp with this. They have so much mana. They will keep drawing 3 cards per turn, by the way, forever. So we need to actually outscale 3 cards per turn, but we can do it because we are also drawing at least 2 if we play a creature, and we can get more than this. So, there's some potential. And I mean, we have a 7/7, so this might actually be a win. Okay, this is important. Let's play first the elves that we want. This is only 1 mana, and it draws you card, and it also gives you 1 mana back. So absolutely always you will play it. We can draw this. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about. I think we go for... I think this time the elf, guys. I think this is probably the best choice. So, do we win with this? Well, this is elf, so... I mean, we can play it first and then see. Because it costs 1 mana and gives 1 mana with the Archdruid. So we don't really lose anything by playing it. Okay. Like, we can just play it here. Is that enough? Okay, so it will be 7/7 to everything. So it will be, and this will be tapped. So it's 9, 23, and 12. It's only 35 damage, guys. So they need like only 15. You know what? Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. This will be at least fun. Let's go Behemoth. And of course, we swing all. Oh, and we have this guy. Alright, so that was a win. Ta-da! What a weird game, man. And they had literal god draw. So guys, we're going first, and well, this is actually a mulligan. Like, we cannot play this because we only have blue mana. What the hell? Okay, we still have blue mana, but at least we have the other one. Unfortunately, we need to lose something. It should be champions. We go this time. I think we go. We will go risky, and we will go with elves this time. And of course, we play elves. Next turn, I mean, we could go for this dude. It's actually not too bad, because we might need lands. We probably very, very much need lands. And we have the mana, right? 1 green, 1 blue. Yeah, and we can maybe even activate the Verge. Our opponent is very cautious about taking the card. They kept on top. Interesting draw. Honestly, going this and this would be probably better, but let's try to be optimistic. For now, we will get, hopefully, 2 lands. I will just pay life. We're playing against Control or something like this. Could be Azorius Tempo. It's, I think, more popular than Control. Usually they don't play Siren, so it's already a weird version. However, that being said, we'll go with the champions. They will probably bounce it or something, but still. And we go for the speaker. Because as long as we have this guy, we don't really need tutoring too much, and we want a lot of cheap elves so we can draw a lot of cheap cards. So that's the play. Or that's the plan. Let's see the actual play. This is the first time when they will, play something meaningful. And they need to answer champions. Well, that was easy. that was as easy as you can ever imagine. All right, cool. I still think we have nice play. This is interesting deck. I remember something like this that used artifact. I think they have this 3 mana enchantment that gets artifact into a 5/4. So very interesting. I think what we have to play is this guy into this. We'll go for elves, guys. This could be the better decision this one time. And we go for elves then. So our board is pretty decent, and now we can get more elves by playing lands. So against Shelter, we can still try to raise them because we scale so hard, but it depends what they play. They can have a lot of different weird answers. Okay, this was exactly the 3 mana enchantment I mentioned. This is interesting because this deck doesn't exist since a very long time, but I remember when it was, at prime, and it was pretty decent, honestly. I think we go like this, man. Of course, when, this goes into graveyard, they discover 3, so they don't really want it. And we get free stuff every turn, so I think it's good enough. And this is solved, right? So they can put a lot of, they can reanimate those 2 and swing really hard, so we need to be serious. I'm not sure how we play, man. I'm thinking about Speaker into Elrond. It should be pretty good. We can also draw during opponent's turn. So, yep, not sure what the pause was. Thank you, Elrond, you are just in time. Perfectly. So we go for Elrond here. Now we play a land. I think we pay, just to get the most, options. And now we play the Speaker, because with this we can tutor for the next turn, and we can use this elf after blocking to draw card with Elrond. Don't forget that you can also, I guess this is not bad. You know what, let's go for this. I mean, do we really go for the Behemoth? I don't really want to show this card. I mean, they might not have a counter spell, famous last words. Actually, we'll go for Behemoth. We could also go Tyvar. Each turn, so we can do it on opponent's turn. We probably want to be a little bit aggressive here. In the end, we want to kill on the next turn. The only downside is that our opponent sees the Behemoth. That's the problem. And they have blue mana, so of course there is a chance they will counter. Otherwise, we would just steamroll them on the next turn out of surprise, and they probably wouldn't be, seeing it coming. But there is a chance they will just tap. And I really hope they will tap fully. Guys, I think we're winning. They don't have enough damage. It's 9, 11. We could just take the damage. I'm not missing anything, yep. They need mana. I mean, we just take the damage. We go to 3. I swear, you need manuals. I wanted to tap it for a card. This is so mean. This is actually so mean. So what do we go for? Definitely this. Oh, I hope we have enough. So we go for this dude, we take the land, we behold Elrond because it's an elf. And how much do we need to tap? I mean, this should be enough. We'll definitely deal 24. And finally we draw a land. Thank you, Elrond. Swing! And that's how you beat them. Oh, I mean, I wanted to say they didn't see it coming, but they literally did. Well, our opponent is going first and we have Abysmal Draw, so let's fix it because the first hand is auto loss. Like, if you took the first one, you can literally scoop on turn 0, you will never win. Here it's a little bit better. I kinda like this guy. I want every single of those cards, but I think we need to get rid of Tyvar, because we need this to start elves, this to get the ramp. And, you know, with this we can actually scale our elves a little bit and get free value. Like, you can get a lot of value from this card, of course you probably won't have time, because we are playing standard. So in 2 turns the game will be probably over, but still, we're playing for the wins, right? We definitely go for this dude, so we can hopefully get some mana, and if our opponent doesn't immediately do the thing, by the way, they have full setup, Foggy Swamp Visions basically wins the game here. So guys, just so you see where we are, and if you thought, oh cool elves, that's so much fun, moment you play your 2-drop, your opponent plays 27 mana of stats with dinosaurs that bring more dinosaurs and they discover 5-drop. This is what you get when you play your 2-drop 1-2. Nothing to see here, just flourishing and absolute, you know, maybe a little bit fast, but it's really hard to tell. Is this fast? I don't know. It's already turn 3, so I mean, I played 2 lands, I had elf, I had so much fun. Our opponent played 9 creatures with total of stats of 19, 26, 36, and 2 will hatch. Okay, I lost count. It's like close to 40 damage. But guys, do not fear, because we can do the crazy stuff. We can make this guy, and on the next turn we will get a 1/1 that will get pumped to a 2/2. I mean, we are basically winning at this point. Listen, I will edit the video, I will spare you the pain, but I think the swing might be fun. Here we go, double hatch. I have a feeling that the format might be a little bit fast, but it's really hard to tell, man. We got 50 damage on our, I think, turn 4 or 3, I'm not even sure. So for now we just go, I think this time we go with elves, because it seems to be a better choice here. And we'll go with elves from the Elfland. Man, the commentary just keeps getting higher and higher quality. I'm scared what we reach in some, you know, months and years. So 1 mana removal, not amazing for us. We definitely wanted... Do we just go for this dude? I think we just go for this dude. This time we're going for the elves and we play the elf. I think I've heard this one before. So, how is this looking for us? Probably not good. 1 mana removal actually was devastating, because this was the turn for Archdruid. So on the next turn we can go champions and start drawing before they go for the big stuff. But now we are so far behind that, you know, it might get rough, and we don't have a single elf in this board. I think this time we'll go for the passage. We take basics first. We have enough lands for now, so we don't want to draw them. And I will behold this elf, because I'm playing this elf. Let's go. We can play this later. Yeah, so the biggest problem is that this is one of the most important elves. You use it to ramp, and this is like how you get all this crazy mana. But it's 3 mana, 2/2. Does it sound broken on the surface? Well, not exactly. It dies very easy, so you really are susceptible to removal, especially 1 mana one. But if you can dodge it and untap with Archdruid, well, then the game can go crazy. So far, they killed every creature we played, so no, there's that. Soon the crabs will drop, soon the damage will stack on our perfect face. So next turn it can be already Thunderflock, which is incredibly bad. So bad the game might actually be over. Because they will just play Thunderflock, swing, 13, then it's probably another Thunderflock, and you are nearly dead, and then they kill you with crap. But what can we do? I don't think we'll have time for this, dude. Let's go for now like this. At least it's 7/7. We have 2 mana, but there's nothing we can do about it. But if we can dodge, you know, 2 or 3 Thunderflocks, but this deck is really good at drawing correct cards. Like, look at the cantrips, Flow State, Opt, Slate of Hand, so I think they should have it. It will cost 2 mana, I believe. This will give the full discount. So they just need those 2 lands, and they can still search with those 2. Told you? Game is basically over. Yep. We could, so, we literally are at the stage where we started the game, basically. And I think they also will have another. So as you can see, game is basically over. There's no point in playing. So yeah, I think this time we go for Elves. This seems to be the best play for the turn. And then we play Elves. Next turn it's probably... Well, we could go for Champions, maybe. Okay, so this is Synthesizer deck. Very important. And what do we do? I really want to play this, but it's very susceptible to Snare. Kinda think maybe we do this. And then go wild on the next turn. I think this is what we should be doing. This is also 3-drop, so it dies exactly the same as Champions. So it dodges the Starcage and loses to Snare. But it's less threatening, so there is a chance that they don't play Snare immediately. And while this is our turn, we need to go big. Not sure how we will do it, but we'll try. We will try. We need as many elves as possible, so I think what we will do is play this dude. Play the land. Play Champions. We could also go Speaker and something, but I don't know what something is. I think I know. Okay, this one is kind of interesting. We get rid of the... You know what? I will be greedy here. I will be very greedy here. We'll just go for the Speaker. Because maybe we can draw something. And this is also an 8/8. So the big problem for our opponent, of course, Battlefront United, whatever. This is their best draw, and the only way they can answer everything. They play Tapland, so that means they don't have it. So now the best play is Snare or Starcage. But Snare hits only probably Champions because it's the biggest creature. Snare hits this and this only, because we have so much mana that we play 3-drop, 4-drop, and 4-drop before our opponent got to 4 mana. Makes sense, makes sense. They indeed have Snare and they will make a construct, but it's only 1 creature. And of course we get the Speaker back. So this could be interesting because I believe, and for some reason I didn't see this token since like forever. How much mana do we have? Well, so I wanted to Doppelgang the Snare and basically get rid of everything, but our opponent just doesn't have stamina to play game longer than 3 minutes. Well guys, I think Elves is one of the tribes that wins in the most flashy, epic, glorious, you know, snowbally way ever possible. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe the video to help the channel and also get the new deck when it drops. However, we will talk more about the Elves because there's more to this story. But first, our absolute legend for today is of course Mr. Azro. And my friend, I think you didn't get the Elves so far, so this one is for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, really thank you for supporting the channel and also just, you know, enjoying those videos. It is very, very appreciated. So, I promised you to talk about the elves. So guys, first things first. Just so you know, we keep it real, elves are not competitive in any way right now. Generally, most of the top tier decks will stomp this so hard it will kiss the moon, you know? You will get swept, they will remove your cool, Archdruid, which just literally begs for Burst Lightning, let's be honest about it. And if you cannot activate like 2 or 3 engines, champions need to stick for at least 1 turn so you can start getting the value. The elves just crumble. So I generally don't recommend crafting either this elf deck or any elf deck because I've checked others. Generally, there's not a single good elf deck right now in standard because everything else is so powerful that this deck just cannot compete. And all the other versions of this, because you still need to pay like 3 mana for a 2/2 and hope it survives a turn, bro. You're crazy. However, that being said, there are some elves that are very interesting, and we won't talk about Speaker. Like, you are obviously created to make Cavern absolutely busted, and we don't look at you. Elrond is actually one of the cards that is kinda decent. You get 3/3 for 3 mana, and the trick is to have a creature, preferably for like 1 mana, that can activate ability for 0 mana and just tap whatever. And hopefully this is ability you already want to use, like Llanowar Elves mana. So you can draw cards, and you can also draw cards on your opponent's turn. And this is interesting. Like, if this has good creatures for 1 and 2 mana that can trigger it consistently, this is actually power level that can do something maybe someday in the future. But I like this card, it's surprisingly solid, and keepers for the elf deck, so of course as long as elves are not competitive, it doesn't matter. But this is kinda insane card. You can get 4/3 elf for single point of mana and get up to 4 cards with this. Which is insanity. And don't forget, it's also an elf, so it triggers Druid, you get more mana. So in a way, if you have this in the board and you play the keepers, like, you literally get the mana back, basically, go away. So this is cool combo. I tried to use this against sweepers, but it just never came into fruition, basically. So guys, if you appreciate this type of, discussions about, real competitiveness of the decks, make sure to like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments if you enjoyed it, so I know to, maybe talk more about the decks like this. And probably don't craft it because elves just cannot keep up with the craziness that we have in standard. Control decks will sweep and kill your creatures. Aggro will kill you faster than you can drop, like, literally sometimes when you are on the draw, you will drop your 2-drop and the game will be basically over already because they will be killing you at this point. And then you are like, oh, I will play my 3-drop and or even 4-drop, and you are like, oh wow, I have 2/3, and they have like 50 power flying slick shot with triple strike. When it dies, it creates 4 dragons. This type of crazy shenanigans. And you are here with your 2/3 and think, oh my god, why have I chosen elves? That's your experience, but when you win, it's flashy. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting on Patreon, guys. It is very, very appreciated. And thank you for everyone who, either supported or just even considered. It's already very, very nice of you. Thanks for that. And I think that's kind of it for today. If you guys like elves, because whether something wins or not, like, it still is fun when it wins. So I think this is one of the decks that can go the highest. Like, it scales ridiculously. So if you guys like it, we can make more. I don't mind. I had fun. So tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.